Hey everybody, today we're going to be talking about hose reels and JB Weld, which is a little bit of a change for the channel, but regardless I think you'll learn something here. And so this spring I go and I take out my hose cart, this one right here, to wash off the car, and it's the first time I used it since fall, and in the fall I had drained all the water out, so there shouldn't have been any issues. But I turn it on and I notice there's a bit of a leak near the inlet. If you want to look at this other hose cart, which we use downstairs, the part that it broke is this little connector piece where the hose that goes onto the reel. It had a hairline crack going down the length of the plastic part. This one's plastic as well, hopefully a little higher quality on this unit. So regardless, I decide I want to try and fix it myself. And this cart here is a Suncast Hosemobile, which sounds kind of like an off-brand Winnebago. Regardless, it's held together with just plastic clips, so I was able to pull apart all the pieces that I needed to. And the inner drum there that housed the part that I was trying to get at was a little bit more difficult, so I used the mallet on the seam right there, and that was able to pop it open. And so then I was able to get the part out, and I searched the internet, and long story short, I'm not able to find any replacement parts for this. And interestingly enough, on the company website, they actually sell for other hose carts some parts. Not this one, they don't have any available, but never do they sell this part here, which is probably some sort of planned obsolescence play, because they know that this part probably fails quite a bit with all the forces that are going on to it. So regardless, I decided to try and fix it myself, and I sand it down with a little rotary Dremel type tool, and then I get the JB Weld or whatever epoxy we'd like to use. I use some fiberglass cloth as well. I put the JB Weld all along the surface, all up on it. You might be able to see as well the texture of the fiberglass cloth, which I think is going to add a lot of strength. So I just covered that in JB Weld and cloth, and now we're going to go out and we're going to see whether or not it actually works, because I haven't tested this yet, and it feels strong and it feels rigid, and it's dried for about a week, and we're going to see whether or not it works. So let's head out and see what happens. Hey! Now we're going to go ahead and try it out. So I just have the built-in connector piece that it swivels around, and here's the piece that I fixed. And so then all you do is you're just going to put these together, and then we're going to see whether it leaks, alright? And so I'm going to turn on the water here. Let's hope it works. And look at that. It didn't work. But check it out. It failed in a new spot, not where I fixed. It failed along the entire length of the part. So we either have to add more JB Weld or spray the camera. But anyways, hey, this will be more entertaining than some of the other ones, right? So I guess JB Weld, it works up here. It just broke more down here. So, alright, so in conclusion, would I recommend you try this yourself? Well, honestly, probably not. As you could tell from the results outside, even though the JB Weld did hold up really well in the area that I knew was cracked, it just ended up leaking down the length of this part here that I didn't know was cracked. And most likely the crack spread right when the pressure went on. And so really, unless you have a really short crack that you can identify the ends to, and then you can drill a little relief hole at the ends of the crack like you do if you're welding metal, you might have a little bit better chances. But really, it's not probably going to work, and you should be better off buying a higher quality hose reel to start off with. I had said earlier in this video that this unit here also had a plastic inlet coupler part, but in reality I just went and I checked, and it is actually metal. It's just painted to look like plastic, which is a really odd move by them to make it look cheaper, but it is solid metal. And so I would highly recommend you look at this Ames model, or any model that at least claims to use metal more in the design, because the old Suncast Hosemobile, it's just plastic jalopy, and I wouldn't recommend it. So anyways, if you thought this was interesting, give me a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.